Okay, so we had somebody ask a question about leading two horses at once, right? And so one of the things that I said was it really depends a lot. You know, somebody was like, well, the horse would be more worried or more comfortable. Well, part of that has to do with whether your horse is herd-bound and he likes his friend, or, you know, he wants to be with his friend, and in that case, two horses might lead better than one. And then it could be that your horse doesn't like other horses or that particular horse, and then it might be more challenging. But I do it quite often, and the most important thing to remember when you are doing this, so I've already taught both of these horses positive reinforcement cues.
Right.
Ready? Yes, good boy. Good, self-posture. Good boy. So part of the thing is that it's our job to make sure that these horses feel like we are protecting them from one another if they are afraid. And I had to teach this pony to lead with this big horse because he was afraid of him, right? And so how I did that was having a food pouch on each side, making sure that I could reward him for staying up here and leading beside this other horse. But I also had to reinforce the red horse for staying on his side and not going after the pony, right? Because the red horse sees me as his person. We're not fetching right now. Can you leave that? Drop. Drop. Hang on, we're making the video. Yes. So the red horse was really resource guardian ugly for the pony, right? And so I had to teach them that they could wait for one another to be fed, right? That they could be reinforced for standing here. And then I also had to always make sure that I never let the red horse go after the pony because that the pony wasn't going to trust me then for the two of them to lead together. So I wish I had videoed it from the very beginning, but if you're going to start, what I would do is I would say, sorry, I can't talk and lead. Can you stop, please? Yes. If you're going to lead two, first make sure that each horse leads well individually, right? And then once you make sure that each horse leads well individually, has been positively reinforced for being directed by the lead line and understands the go and the whoa cue and the steering from the lead line very well, that you've got that going with each horse, then what you want to do is you want to start with the two horses together. It's very often helpful if you can have a second person. I did not, right? But it can be helpful to have a second person, so if things start getting difficult, you can hand the other horse off. And the other thing you can do if things start getting difficult is just drop some food on the ground and leave the one horse, right? Just leave the horse with that food. So we're just going to reposition. So you can see that these guys are turning well, and you want to practice, right, using your aids, like using that lead line right there where to stop the pony because he was in the smaller circle, and he was going to pass the outside horse. So just using your lead line to be able to do that. Now, in the beginning, if he had sniffed the red horse like that, the red horse would have gotten very ugly. So that's something I couldn't have allowed in the beginning. That's why it's important that the pony is going to understand the cue of the halter and the lead line when I say, please don't reach over there and touch that horse or stay on my left side, because that's not something that would have been conducive to them being led together. This horse would have gotten mad. He would have maybe tried to chase this other horse off. But now they've been led together enough that they're very comfortable. So leading two horses at once can be helpful. It can be handy. It can also be a great tool for socialization. But it is important that you go about it slowly and that you go about it systematically and that you think carefully about what you're doing and how the two horses are interacting, and always make sure that they trust that you're going to protect them from one another. That's super important, because if it goes south and this pony gets bit by this horse or even scared badly by him, he's not going to want to lead together in the future, and he's going to have fun leading together aversive. So hope that helps.